Hey guys, and welcome back to the podcast, the Football Edge podcast. I'm joined with two very special guests / my brother. I'm joined with Nick and Femi from The Amazing Race.
What's going on?
We're here to talk about The Amazing Race, of course. We're going to talk about football, and we're just going to talk about what they do outside of them in The Amazing Race, and about their positive mindsets and how we can maintain the positive mindset. So first of all, Nick and Femi, how are you guys?
Yeah, I'm great, bro. Chilling. He's
just relaxed, slow boy. I'm chilling. I'll be the enthusiastic one in the room, man. I'm good. We're good.
Welcome to the Shire.
Cheers,
man. Thank you for having us, man.
Feels just like home.
Yeah. We've got different air here. No more smoke. No more smoke out here.
Do you come here often?
Nah, not really.
Not even Cronulla Beach?
Nah.
Well, beach and go. Oh, like I'm getting into the beach. I don't go to Cronulla.
Yeah, you get into the beach.
I go to the beach.
Where's the beach in Blacktown? The Parramatta River?
That's right.
Yeah, so just tell the listeners about your occupation, what it entails. What's your daily routine look like as psych nurses?
Yeah, man. So you gave it away. We're psych nurses as our occupation, so we don't do it too much. Like really, he's casual, I'm really part time, so we really do it like maybe like 2-3 times a week, and then nothing too extreme, man. But working as psychiatric nurses, man, it's super exciting, super rewarding, and super interesting, right? Like you kind of have your days where you're feeling good, got a good team, you're happy to be there, and then you got times where you're also like, ooh, as soon as you walk in the door, like shit just hits the fan, and you're like, oh damn, it's gonna be a tough shift. But ultimately, man, it's pretty good.
Lots of late nights, or?
Yeah, I do a lot of late nights.
Yeah.
So I do like assessments and that. So it's a little bit of a different role from Nick's side. But yeah, so lots of late nights. Yeah,
I think that's why we have different opinions. He's more like, he's actually doing a lot more assessments and stuff. Yeah. I'm just looking after them, so just observing them, monitoring behaviors, just keeping them aligned with the care plans and stuff like that, where he's like full on actually doing a lot more thinking, creating the care plans and going from there. So that's why it's a little bit like, oh yeah, it's not as exciting as I was saying. Mine's like, it's stress! It's stress! I'm having a laugh. I'm laughing.
He's laughing. I'm stressing, man.
How long have you been doing it?
I've been doing it for about 4 or 5 years now, man.
Nice.
Yeah, long time.
About 2 years now.
2 years? Yeah. Where do you guys do it at? Is it you guys?
Now we're at Nigerian hospital, so we're at the Nigerian hospital, mental health center.
Yeah, okay, so we'll talk about football now. You guys are both avid football fans. How did this fandom start, and what team do you support?
I'm a Liverpool boy since, you know...
That's good.
Chris, I'll end it now.
Yeah. I'm a Liverpool boy since, like, I can remember. I think, like, honestly, I can't remember when I got... Like, since I was, like, in under fours, you know, verbal, like, I've been a Liverpool boy. Yeah, I can't even remember when I started.
And you, Nick, who do you support?
Man, honestly, I don't really watch football that much. That's why it's funny. I don't really watch it that much, but I play FIFA, so I guess my favorite FIFA team
is Man City. He's just trying to. He doesn't want to admit it. He's a Man City boy, and he's ashamed to admit it right now. No, you know what I'm saying?
I give a
14 points behind.
Let me bro, give a little bit of a pre-frame introduction, bro. You don't need to steal it. You give the audience a little bit of background, you know.
I talk.
No, you already said it, but you gave it away. That's what I was alluding to. But
so you go for City.
Yeah, I go for City.
Yeah. So which players did you both grow up admiring as Liverpool fans and as a City fan? Because I know City started off. They were bad.
I have no fans, bro. He's only been a Liverpool Man City fan since the money came in.
So pre-Arab City fan.
Yeah. Very different fans. Me, man. I guess like I've always been like growing up. My era was like Torres.
Yes.
Yeah, obviously Gerrard,
Thierry Henry.
No, but Thierry Henry was a G. Like I talking about only Liverpool. Or you talking about in general? Like?
Yeah, in general. Doesn't have
but the original
Ronaldo, man. Was it Liverpool? I thought it was 93.
99 pace. We can race right now, bro.
It's a bit of a stretch.
That's a cute photo there.
It's taken last year.
Nah, for me, all time was the original Ronaldo, man. That was my number one player.
Fat Ronaldo.
Yeah, Fat Ronaldo. I used to get the Ronaldo head style.
Yeah, that little.
Always.
But it didn't look good on you, but that was the thing. It didn't suit you.
I want to see a photo of
That
that.
little weird one, that little weird.
No, it was just that little.
It was not a good haircut.
It was a shitty haircut.
It was like
haircut
a
in the world.
protractor on your head.
It
Like
made
a
no
half-
sense. But everyone used to do it. Everyone was like, oh, bro, I
He
love
was
it.
doing everyone, that's why.
He was the guy. Original Ronaldo.
Yeah, nah,
that's
for sure.
it. Like, that's it. No question.
Nah, I would agree, man. The way he was just doing people was just, that's what got everybody into it, I reckon. And then everyone tried to be a little trick star doing all those kind of things off Ronaldo.
Yeah, Ronaldinho.
Yeah, so same with you. I grew up with Torres and Actually, Torres is the reason why I went for Liverpool. So, and because of him, basically, I support Liverpool and I play his position now. So, what are you guys' thoughts on the A-Leagues? Do you guys follow it? Did you follow the A-League?
Yeah, so you can talk about it.
Look, but hey, man, like I think the A-Leagues, got a lot of issues that they need to fix for it to be like a elite league. In my honest opinion, I think.
You can explain like what?
I feel like the Australian system is really, really like it's like actively against development and actively against wanting people of all over to progress, because you can't not have a second division. You can't not have you can't not have relegation. Like, how can, if I'm telling you right now, there's MPO teams right now in Melbourne and in Sydney, if they go up to the A-League, don't finish mid-table. And there's teams in the A-League right now, if they come to MPO, they'll get relegated to MPO 2 by the end of next season. And that's a fact.
Central Coast Mariners.
100%. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's embarrassing that because they've got, all these rules that they can never really be punished for being shit. So that's why. And there's no development. There's no development for these teams. Are like, unless you're like old mate's cousin, you can't even break the A-League.
Yeah.
So you're staying in MPO 1, you're staying in MPO 2. No matter how good you are, you're going to stay there. And look, if you're playing MPO 2, you're not going to be able to go to Asia. You're not going to be able to do anything that you want because you're not playing professional. So Australia's got a lot of issues with its development.
Let alone Europe. Let alone Asia. Oh, what do you mean?
Yeah.
Especially now, a lot of people I know, they instead of going A-League, they'll stay in MPL because they're going to get $1,500 a week.
Exactly.
What's the point of going to A-League when they're going to get minimum wage?
Exactly.
So, huge issues.
Exactly. So do you both play or do you just play?
I'm a player, yeah, I play.
Explain.
Well, look, not anymore, man.
You know the typical footballer story. I couldn't get into the A-League. I break my mind. My tibia went this way, that way.
And then here I am. Yeah, nah, so I'm a bit retired now.
And how old?
Retired. Long time ago.
Explain who'd you play for, position.
So, I'm a forward. I played everyone when we were younger used to move clubs all the time. Played Blacktown, do Parramatta. Just
MPL Parramatta, so like Blacktown.
But they weren't as good. Yeah.
Blacktown Spartans or City?
Spartans.
Spartans, yeah. I think
they're
they're
not impressive.
At Melita, Parramatta.
Yeah, but this is before they were impressive. But Spartans are still about as shit as they were they were. They had a little bit of 2 years when they were doing alright, but then they're pretty like average.
Yeah.
Stats. Give us some stats. Best season, goals, assists.
I'm a banger, you know what I mean? Like I bang goals. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like they
Pacey.
2 pacey, 3 pacey. Did you see me on the camera? Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
2 pacey. I'm a runner.
On the camera.
They put that cameo where you just charged on that
I'm
camel.
a runner. I'm telling you right now. Any coach that's listening to this, 99 pace on FIFA, like easy, like.
Hold on. Important question. We've got 6 stats there: pace, shooting, pass, dribble, defense, physical. Give us yours.
Pace. I'll be honest. Pace, 93. You reckon?
Ooh.
Shooting, 88. Passing,
Shooting 88.
I'm a banger. I swear I'm a banger.
I've come to how many of your games.
I'm a banger.
But I've come to how many of your
I'm
games.
a banger.
But I've never seen you bang.
I'm a banger. But my assisting is not normal.
Nah, you got good assists.
My assist is not normal. 95 assists. 95 passing.
Revisit your shot. Revisit your shot.
80 shooting.
Alright, so we dropped from 88 to 80. Alright.
You would have to turn in the average.
Passing,
Doing the maths,
95,
man. Doing the maths, you turn in the average.
Dribbling, I'm not a dribbler. I'm not a dribbler.
No, 74.
Yeah. 80 dribbling.
Defense, you can put yourself up there.
Yeah, I'm a 95 defense and physical 95. So, honestly, like,
No, you know what? I would agree with some of them, but I agree with most of them. But your shot would go in the 70s as well, I reckon.
I'm a banger though.
You don't bang.
I bang.
You don't bang. What are you? Like a very like incomplete player, bro. Incomplete player.
Hold on, weak foot out of 5. Is that what it's on FIFA? 5 stars?
Yeah, it's out of 5
Yeah,
stars.
my right foot in shooting.
Yeah. But just in general, do you give us...
I can pass with both feet, but I can't really shoot that well with my right foot.
You left-footed?
I'm a left
Yeah,
foot.
same.
Yeah. So I can't really shoot that well with my
Yeah.
right foot. So I put maybe like 2.5 stars. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know this guy? He'll never let himself say that he's not below average. 3 stars. He'll never get 2.4,
yeah.
which is the reality.
Oh, yeah.
Just
That's dope,
pass.
though.
Just fast, huh?
Yeah, so we're all united together based off football. So do you believe in the statement that football unites people? If so, why?
100%, man. I feel like it's like with anything that like if you got a common goal, it's something that we can all enjoy and it doesn't divide us. You know, there's always one language. Football's one language, and we can all get together. You know.
That's so nice, bro. That's fresh.
Yeah, we get people coming in from all over the world, and you know, it doesn't matter. Like you can be at the park, and they'll be all Filipinos or Afghans or whatever it is. You don't speak a lick of their language, but just come in and you kick a ball, and you can play 90 minutes with them, and
No, that's
it's a
it.
If
constant.
you can keep up with 90 minutes,
I can like.
how's your stamina?
Oh, moving on. Next question. Stamina's a bit
sideways.
Okay, so we can talk about the Amazing Race now. Is there a secret why you guys always got lost? Like, why? How did that happen?
Ah, mate, man, like we get asked. This is the number one question we always get asked, and still to this day, random people at the stream like, "Oh, I'm surprised you got here. Oh, how'd you make it to work today? I thought you were gonna get lost." All that kind of stuff.
Everyone's a comedian.
Yeah, no, everyone's got jokes. And honestly, man, still to this day, I haven't been able to figure it out. Like, I thought I was doing what the clue said. I thought we were quite clear with the way we articulated the location, but I don't know. The taxis just went for us, man. I felt like we were driving ourselves, and like obviously we'd get there. But when you leave it in the hands of someone else that apparently understands you, then what can you do?
What was
do
the
much.
language barrier like?
It's crazy, man. Like it's. I think that people don't underestimate. Like you're dropped into a different country. You don't know any of the language. You don't know anything about it. Like it's just fuck.
And they just give you like a piece of paper. It's like, all right, man. Well,
Yeah, here's where I want to go, and you
And
just
you
like
got this
good
much
luck.
like money.
They don't understand what you're saying. They don't know where you want to go. And like where they want to go is in English, and they're like I don't speak English. Like so, like it's not.
It's
ideal.
tough, man. I just think that we're just unlucky, man. That's all I can really say, man. We even at times try to follow like particular races to follow where they were going, and we still get lost. So it just doesn't make sense.
Like,
It
tell
didn't
the
make
taxi,
sense.
follow that guy.
Yeah, follow that guy, and that taxi starts following another taxi that looks the same, and we get lost.
My gosh. Did they let you use a translator or anything?
Nah,
No way.
The phones are out of the question, right?
Out of
No
the
thanks.
no
Like,
technology at all.
The whole time?
whole time.
So you can't update your socials?
People thought we died. People thought we were in jail.
Yeah, we were like, we got that soft. It's like, do you go to jail? Just like this, they said like it's one day you're like super active, the next nothing,
Just gone.
Yeah.
gone, you're zero. So it's like, it's a hard thing.
What's the prep before you get on? What did you do?
Oh, we had a very interesting prep, man. Like we knew that the race was going to require a lot of teamwork and stuff, so we did a lot of like escape rooms together, trying to work on our teamwork, focus on our critical thinking, and being able to just be like focus on his strengths, focus on my strengths, and understand each other's weaknesses, and just really go from there. Which I think worked a lot. It allowed us to get to where we got to in the race. Obviously did a lot of like manual driving. I knew manual was going to be coming up, and we weren't manual drivers at all. So
For that forward drive when you were in...
Nah, I'm in Zambia.
Yeah, lucky we didn't even need that, man. I want my refund back to that guy. I didn't even need it.
Instructor.
We were straight automatic. Yeah, I went to an instructor.
Should have come here, I don't know, manual.
Man, no way. But there's too many hill starts. I'm like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, a lot of manual driving. What else we do? Swimming.
Yeah,
we knew swimming was going to come up, so we did a lot of those things.
Dancing, the weird one.
Oh, no, we had that. That's natural.
What did you pack in the back? Like, you know that bag you had on the back? Was that the whole trip?
The whole trip.
Just that little thing?
The whole trip.
So what did you have in it?
I had we're just gonna say essentials. Yeah, that's it. Like literally, like minimal amounts of like, cause you get dry clean like once a week, so you just do absolute minimum. So like minimum amount of undies, minimum amount of shirts. Like wear the same shirt. Like and just like rinse it in the sink and hang it up. Like one jacket, one pants, like super basic shit, like that you like basic as fuck. Like, that was just like how we had to live. And interesting thing we did, we had like wet wipes.
Yeah, wet wipes. Yeah,
We had
some medications and stuff going.
yeah,
to
medication is so important. If you're going to do the Amazing Race, make sure you take like a little bit of a pharmacy with you.
Yeah,
But be sure you check what you can and can't take on planes and that. And I don't know what else. There's energy.
Yeah, Vita Boost.
Vita Boost.
No, we had like a
Gel.
little capsules, man. Just pop it in and it just fizzes up in the water.
Because you get there for long days and you don't eat and you just need energy. So yeah, 100%.
I think that's really getting an alarm clock.
Oh yeah,
An
no.
alarm
clock, yeah.
The boys woke up late that one.
Yeah, that was funny. That's what happens, man. So it's
Yeah,
like,
you miss it.
and just like that, you at the back. So it's like those are like really important things that you need. So
And that bag's with you the whole time.
100%.
the whole time.
So you know when like you're about to run to the pit stop?
Yep.
A lot of people they hurry to grab their bags. Can you just leave it and then bolt?
No.
You cannot check in without your backpack.
Oh, is that the rule?
Yeah,
Oh,
we didn't know that.
we were
just saying-
wondering.
yeah, we were saying, why don't they just drop their bags and bolt? That's what we were saying.
Yeah, nah.
Because a lot of teams they put them in the boot, and we were just like, why don't they just hold them on their while they're in the car, so then when they come out,
So we did that sometimes, but the thing about it is that like certain places, because it's still a TV show at the end of the day, and it looks shit on TV to have your bag there. You know what I mean?
and the cameraman is pointing at you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the camera will be like, push it in the boot.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
as soon as they say that, that's it.
Well, yeah, like you have to, yeah, it's because like at the end of the day, like they're the ones that are like they have to make the shot. So yeah, 100%.
So we're also looking at, you know, like normally in the other Amazing Races, whenever let's say you arrive at 5 p.m,
Yeah.
you leave like 12 hours later at 5 a.m. This one was like 2 minutes apart for each of them. It sort of defeated the purpose of, you know, getting there early at 5 p.m. as opposed to like 10 p.m. And then you got a 5-hour advantage. So was it always like 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes?
I wasn't always 2 minutes, but I know what you mean though, because it is very different as opposed to how it was in the previous races. And honestly, I couldn't tell you why they did it that way. I think that, you know, it was a massive transition because before it was on Channel 7 and then it went to Channel 10 and
Different
production companies and stuff. So maybe that could be the reason, but nothing set in stone to really answer that, man.
It's a production question. Bro.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's probably in your contracts.
Yeah. You know about it, man.
Yeah.
They've already drafted the contract.
Yeah.
They're just testing us.
I was gonna say, you want me to read it? So what was your favourite challenge?
Oh man.
The thong one. That one.
No, the sandals don't even remind me, but I'm missing.
Oh my gosh, Tommy was... my dad was a sandal maker. Did you believe him?
No, I just didn't care. I was like, Tom, I don't care, bro. Like, I'm watching this guy fucking struggle to make sandals. And this guy talking about like he's a sandal maker. I'm like, bro, like, I don't care.
Shut up, bro.
Yeah. Bro.
But it made it look on TV that they fooled you, but
I was just like, oh,
really?
yeah,
Oh my gosh, no way. So you must have like an upper advantage and stuff.
I was just like, I mean, this is
They're just entertaining.
Yeah, this is entertainers. Then he said, I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I went back to looking at it. That's it, bro.
I have a challenge, man. I don't know. I
Mine is
think
bungee jumping.
yeah,
for
your
sure.
gorge was crazy.
Yeah, that was the best.
The flyboard in Han River was sick. I actually really enjoyed that challenge. The first one we did in Korea as the roadblock. That was just hectic, man. Like I would never do that.
Yeah.
And like definitely like Han River in Korea, like you would have thought. So yeah, that was
Good
definitely
stuff.
the favourite.
What about like the U-turns? Like the U-turns, some of them were pretty favourable. Like Sid and Ash, they both had to jump. Like that's not really a disadvantage. It's more like an advantage.
The
really.
speed bump.
The speed bumps.
Oh,
Yeah, the speed
Yeah.
bumps. Yeah.
Some of them were huge,
Yeah.
like the boys at the end, whereas some of them was just, okay, Sid, Ash, you both have to jump instead of
Yeah.
one of you sort of thing, but
Yeah.
just the show.
It's just a show, man. I think they just decide whatever speed bumps they want to do, and I mean, at the end of the day, that same leg, they just missed it, which was unfortunate by like what 50 seconds or something like that.
Yeah, man.
So was it actually, because I was going to ask about the editing,
Yeah.
like they make it seem like it's so
Nah, that was
close.
That leg
one was
leg
close.
was close.
With Vivian
Joe.
Like that was close. Like we were literally just like, because we were with production around the corner, and we're looking at the stopwatch. We're like, fuck, they're not gonna make it. They're not gonna make it. Then we just hear the
Oh,
oh, it was so close. Like it was.
That
so
was close.
Like that was close.
like seconds.
100%
seconds.
Holy.
Seconds. Even our race with the nuns, like literal seconds.
Yeah, that was
seconds.
it's like that was like steps.
Steps.
So you go for Viv and Joey to take Sid and Ash out?
Yeah.
You were going for Viv and Joey to beat Sid and Ash at the end?
No, it was just more like it's just
exciting.
Yeah.
But obviously, Sid and Ash are a strong team. Like coming from the back and then getting like second place. Like you can tell they were a strong team. So a little bit, I was like, if you get rid of this strong team early in the race, then it makes it better for us. Yeah,
good for me.
Yeah, that's true.
So what country was the highlight? Obviously, you guys are African, so was the African countries a highlight, or?
Yeah, I think Zim Zam was the most fun for me. Not Malawi.
No.
No.
Not Malawi for multiple reasons.
But Zim Zam, 100%.
Zim Zam,
Zim Zam and Korea, definitely my favourites.
And then it's easy because they all speak English or Zim Zam, and they all speak. Well, they do speak English. So with their traditional languages, they speak English.
Look, I think
because they're all British.
Officially, the official language is probably English, just because of its history. But a lot of the locals don't speak much English.
So it was hard again because
a little bit. Most people spoke a little bit of English, and you could get around. But it wasn't completely no barrier. There was still a little bit of a barrier for sure. But mostly, I think that Mostly, yeah.
What about the budget? Because they never really, they gave you a set amount, right? They never really brought it up. It was sort of just, and they'll be given this much for the leg. But usually we've seen some in the past where they'll say, I'm running out of money, and they'll bring it up a few times. But
we ran out of money.
We almost ran out of money.
We almost ran out of money, and we did run out of money on our last leg. Remember that? We did run out of money. So that last leg, they didn't show up, but we couldn't pay our taxi driver.
Oh, so what did you do?
Production had to pay for it. We couldn't pay for it.
Really? They paid for it?
We had no money left. So the guy was like going crazy. And
but I thought we agreed on a certain price.
Yeah, we agreed.
I don't know what the guy was talking about at the end. No. The taxi driver.
Because we got into taxi driver knowing that we have no money. So we're like, bro, this is what we're going to have to do. This is all we have. Can you take us here for this amount? He's like, yeah, sweet. So we get there. And then he's spazzing, saying, rah, 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 rah. I'm like, shut up. So we bro, because we're this is our pit stop. We're last and we need to go. We didn't know how behind we were, so we just had to go and then deal with it later in production.
And then production. But you had that thing,
the Halo ring,
the marketing, the
banquet,
yeah.
Shout out to banquet.
Well, what if they didn't have it?
I can't pay you.
It's their fault, man. Get with the times.
Did they all have a little tappy thing? What if they didn't have a pay pass?
It was all cash.
It was all cash.
There were certain points where you pay. They knew that they were gonna have a pay wave, so you pay wave.
Put it on.
But mostly it was just all cash.
Yeah.
So with the Tim and Rod and when you guys went out, and was it actually close or was it were they gone when you were eliminated?
They were pretty far ahead, to be honest. They were pretty far ahead.
It wasn't seconds. It wasn't minutes.
Because they made it like it was seconds. That's what they did.
Good editing.
Yeah, good editing. They beat us. They beat us fair and square, man. It wasn't like step and step. They beat us fair and square.
Who are your best mates on it?
We're really close with Tom and Tara. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, we're still close with them now. Yeah.
Because they're Melbourne.
Yeah.
It was Paul Rue's son.
I didn't know who Paul Rue's was, to be honest.
He's basically one of the best coaches of all time.
Yeah, that's what we found out on the race. But at the time, I didn't even know.
I thought he was a sandal maker. I didn't know who he is, bro. Yeah. I was like, that's Paul Rue's son.
He's Paul Rue's, bro. No one watches AFL here.
Yeah, no one knows that.
Because I think he came to Sydney, lived here when his dad was coaching the Swans or something like that.
Yeah,
and then he moved back.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
He's the best, man. We actually went to Melbourne that day and we saw them a bit. So
we didn't see Tommy, but Tommy's gallivanting in Europe at the moment.
With his blue tick.
Tom.
So do you keep up with him now?
Do you talk to him still?
Yeah, all of them, or just
yeah, we have a group chat that we all talk in, and
cool. Any banter in there?
A lot of banter.
Oh, good stuff.
Probably some little events.
Yeah.
How are the hotels? Was it was one day, one leg, and then next day, next leg, or did they give you a day break, or
you had one break a week? That's when you did your laundry and stuff. What they did your laundry?
Okay.
But it's pretty much you're running every day.
Day of just.
Yeah, it's kind of daily.
It's not a day a leg. You do about 2-3 legs in a country.
Yeah, or 2 legs in a country.
At least 2 legs in the country. So that will end up being about 4 days in the country, 3-4 days in the country.
Yeah. And then you do your big travel plane.
Are you annoyed you didn't go to Europe?
Yes. I wish we got together. We would have been sick.
That's what I thought we were going at. Sometimes.
Oh, I remember. Oh, Mongolia.
I was genuinely excited about
Yeah,
that.
Africa was. I was actually like, oh, thank God, sorry. I was like, thank God we're going to Africa. But like, some other places, I was like, oh, we'll definitely, swap that for Europe.
Yeah.
Did you have time to chill or like see anything? It was just
I'll not see anything, but we chill all the time.
But it was just like the chilling was just more like you
In
just
the hotel.
in the hotel. So it's like
Yeah.
right after you do pit stop, you just go straight to your hotel. You're just
Bored.
bored as F. No technology,
No
nothing.
tech.
No text.
Not
Sometimes,
even-
sometimes no TV.
Just cards.
Yeah, most times no TV.
no iPad without Wi-Fi.
No
No, no way.
Download a
No way.
movie or
No
something.
way. No way.
No way.
Jeez,
Nah, the race
that's
is rough, man. It's actually just no joke. Like when that one point when they came and they took out TV cables, I couldn't believe it.
But we almost cried.
I was like, whoa.
Bro, it was like, you don't understand how like reliant you are on technology until it's taken away from you. You're just like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Yeah, no music, no nothing. Just
Yeah,
a car.
that's what I miss the most. I think I miss music the most.
Not even an old MP3 player that doesn't have internet.
No way. Because they don't know what you've loaded on it. You might have all you might be like teaching yourself how to speak Spanish or teach.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like every language you just be learning or whatever. So like,
Yeah.
nah, nothing.
That's intense.
Yeah.
So what did you do after you got eliminated? Did they let you travel or just right home?
Go home.
Go home.
Really?
Yeah.
Next flight out.
Yeah.
Literally the next flight. earliest flight.
Literally the earliest flight. And you
Was
go-
it all budget airlines?
Oh
No, we flew pretty comfy.
If
Yeah.
we're flying far, we flew comfortable. If we flew far, we flew very.
So Malawi was comfortable then, yeah? Because that's obviously far.
Well, we were coming from Zimbabwe or
Yeah.
Zambia, so it wasn't too far that one, but it was still alright. But when we were going to Zambia, Zimbabwe from Mongolia, that was a long flight. But that was a nice
I was
flight.
comfy. I was sick.
I was
from
bad.
when I was
Two?
dying.
2 or 1?
Because we went to
To the-
Ethiopia,
Yeah, that's what
and
I thought.
then
Yeah.
we went to
Addis Ababa, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good flight.
But there's
That was
TVs
the
on
fun.
there
yeah.
and Wi-Fi? No.
Nah, it's like you can watch movies on the plane. And
That's
shit.
it.
That's the only time we got. That's the only time we got technology was on the plane. That's it.
To watch movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Movies, music,
Wow.
all that.
Well, would you guys do it? You guys thinking of doing it?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, he is, so, yeah.
Are you gonna
yeah?
do it?
Oh, what's the prep? Give me some tips. What's the
What's the prep? Far.
Tips, tricks?
The thing is, you can't prep for it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
You, like, no matter what it is, there's a challenge that's designed to fuck you up on any. Can I swear? Sorry.
No, that's fine,
Sorry.
yeah, do it.
There's a challenge designed to
You already
mess you
sworn
up.
like 500
Yeah.
times.
There's a challenge designed to mess you up. No matter what your skill set is, if you're not a good thinker, there'll be thinking challenges that are physical, or luck, or like teamwork or stress, whatever it is. Like there's a challenge designed to mess everyone up, and that's why Tom and Tyler was so good because they had a lot of those things ticked.
Yeah.
So
Not bad.
even lucky, like they got luck,
Yeah, they got luck.
big luck, like big tick on that, and then they're also good at a lot of stuff. So that's why they did so well.
Yeah.
Tips?
I don't know. Talk to Tim Tyler. Tips. I don't know, man. Like
I don't know. Like
to get in or to win it.
Both.
To get in, but find someone that you can tolerate that has good energy with you,
Yeah.
that you can bounce off each other. Because if you don't, then like you won't even get in at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you got to do a video.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a video and you go through like questions, then audition, and then
Another interview, and then another psych exam, and then
Psych
another,
exam.
Yeah.
So you're psych nurses. So.
yeah, so it was white. It was like, yeah.
Stuff. Alright.
We've set a challenge for you guys, so...
Yeah, so we've got a map here.
Oh come on.
We're going to give you 30 seconds to find all 6 countries that you went to.
Oh yeah. 30
Ready?
seconds.
How do you guys watch
Hold
the
on.
continent?
Ready? Set. I've got the timer here.
How do I just put them out?
Yeah, just point them out and Chris will show you. Double check.
Okay.
Ready,
Yeah.
set, go.
So we went to South Korea,
I
which
can't see
is
your hand, bro.
South Korea. It's down here.
Where are we? To Thailand is where they went to for.
South Korea.
It doesn't have to be in order, doesn't have to be in order.
10 seconds done.
Bullshit.
Who there?
That's South Korea. Well, Mongolia's here.
Alright, there's
Yeah,
one.
go is there.
Gotcha.
Yep, no, I can
is that-
tell from the hands, it's alright.
Is that, no,
10 seconds left.
What did I forget that? Wait, what's Vietnam? Vietnam's there.
2.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Vietnam.
Should knock out the African ones.
Okay, Africa, Zimbabwe, Zambia,
3. Game
and
over.
Maui.
Oh, did we just get it?
Yeah, alright, we'll give you that. We'll give you
Oh.
that. That's 4. They missed.
They missed-
South Korea.
I only miss South Korea.
Yeah, that's it. South Korea.
So I thought it was easy. Come on.
Yeah, South Korea.
I just couldn't find it. I was like, where was
It's right there.
Oh.
Is it?
Point in there? No, we definitely won't point there at all.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
so-
What's up?
Yeah. So, what's the biggest learning point you can take at the Amazing Race?
man.
Definitely positivity, bro. Like,
Yeah.
we went through a lot of like really, really hard times in the race. Like, being super lost, having to really dig deep and clutch it out a lot of times. But I think it's our calmness and our positive mindsets that we were able to get through it all.
100%. And I think that the biggest thing for me, and I think that we did together, was just learning how to be super like resilient. This is so standard. He does this all the time, which is so funny.
We saw that.
He does it all the time, but I just don't get it. It's like, bro, there's so much space for your mouth to fit on it. Like, how do you always do it?
Keep it interesting.
All the time.
Keep us on our toes.
But resilience was so important, man, because we had so many times where it was like, you last to check in or just check in by seconds. It's just like, it's so easy to feel so defeated. And you saw other teams as well in the race where it's like they come in last and then they start to have that trend and things that start going downhill. So for us, man, I really learned the importance of being super resilient and just never giving up. Like, that's what got us this far.
100%.
So yeah.
Alright, so yeah, we'll just now we're going to move on and talk about the gym. Tell us about your gym routines and what you guys do to keep you guys motivated whilst you guys are at the gym.
Yeah. Man, the gym's been very interesting at the moment because it's been so busy and stuff, it's been hard to kind of juggle the time to do it. But usually, man, I just like to spice things up and keep it interesting. I love my weight sessions. Like, that was the foundation. That's kind of what started it for me at the jump. But then nowadays, I'm starting to like a lot more cardio and functional movements and a lot of like kind of sports style training, like either that's kickboxing or boxing in general. Those are the type of things that I'm getting into a lot more now, and I think it's just exciting. It keeps things interesting and it keeps the body always guessing, which I think is really good for progression. So that's kind of my routine at the moment.
For me, yeah. Like, taking this silly season aside,
No, this has been a dead set silly season.
it's been a silly season, bro. But no, like, taking it aside, I feel like I'm very big on like just having that perfect balance of like weight and cardio, like having those two things put together.
Yeah.
So I would never do like 5-6 days of weights. I would always do maybe like 2-3 or maybe 4 max. And then I'd do 2-3 days of soccer, then I'd swim, or I'll do like heaps of swim stuff. Yeah, I love to swim, bro. What?
No, I'm joking.
So like I would love to like have the combination. I think that's what's really important.
Because for us, man, we're just very big on just being overall functional. Like, I feel like I don't want to be too dedicated to weights and get super big and then you can't do anything. Like, we still like enjoy being super fit, being able to like do flips, do gymnastic type of things. Like, we just love all of that. So just
Being able to do it.
Huh?
Being able to do it.
Yeah. So just that overall is what we try to achieve and strive for.
Yeah, Femi, so you said soccer 2 days a week. Can you explain what that is? Is that training? Is that five-a-side? What exactly is it?
Whatever, man. Depends when it is in the season. If it's in the season, it'll be training. And then if it's off season, it'll probably be just like 5 sides and indoor stuff like that.
Yeah, okay, that's good. So obviously we know positivity is key. So how do you encourage positivity in your day-to-day lives?
Ooh, that's a good question, man.
Like, how do we encourage it to other people?
And to use everyone else, and just in general.
Well, for us personally, how we remain positive and like quite optimistic, man, is that I think morning routine is super important, and setting up the tone for the day is super vital when you're trying to remain positive, because like it's so easy to wake up and let the day kind of like take control, ping pong you around, and then you're so easily flustered and annoyed at all the bullshit that life throws at you. So I think that if you wake up and you're just grateful, you have a moment to actually just be really grateful for what you have, being grateful for what you've done, and then starting the day like that, for me, that's kind of what helps me remain positive. And setting out clear goals and agendas every single day, so that you know that every single day as you're working towards something, you can tick it off and you can feel that sense of satisfaction and being positive and knowing that you're on that same kind of track. For me personally, that's kind of what helps me remain positive.
Yeah, man. I think that like perfect morning, like a perfect morning routine is really important. But I also believe in the power of ending your night strong as well, because everyone talks about the morning routine, which is really important. I could not stress that enough.
Yeah.
Enough, but I really do believe in ending your night strong, because when you end your night strong, you go with a clearer mind, and you can actually reflect on the day and understand what happened this day, and be able to take it into your the next day, and progress from there.
Yeah.
So what I do is I self-reflect. I really believe in journaling and self-reflecting, whichever medium that you want to do it, talking, writing, whatever, and then just like reflecting what you did well, what you didn't do well today, and just really honing in on the positives of it, so the next day can be even better.
Yeah. So Femi, how's the side business going, and how can people get involved into the side business as well?
Yeah, so like side business has taken a life of its own. It's becoming a lot bigger than just like a little bit. It's a lot less.
Yeah.
So now we're now with the hospital. We're only there like 2 times a week. So we're there. We're really working on our business a lot, which is basically we do our main things with mindset coaches for health, or for entrepreneurs, or for athletes, or for whatever it is, and understand the mindset that's involved to be able to be in peak performance or high performance. So we work with athletes, we work with everybody from top to bottom, and the way you can get involved is just hit us up, man. Like hit us up on Instagram, or go on our website, or whatever it is, man. Like that's what we fully believe in.
Yeah, we'll leave that in the show description so you guys can see that.
Link in the bio.
So obviously back to the body thing. What is a good and healthy body? Like, what does it do to someone's self-esteem? Seeing that you guys are psych nurses, how does being happy, what does that help with someone's self-esteem?
Like having a confident body.
A healthy body,
a good and healthy body.
Yeah, man, it's a good question. It's interesting because Femi and I actually talk a lot about this, and even when I reflect on my journey and what actually made me start doing health and fitness to begin with, it always had to do with lacking confidence, right? Like when I was young, I used to be quite chubby, not fit, didn't play sport as much. Why are you doing that look as in like...
You're so fat.
It wasn't so fat. I have a photo on Instagram.
We're going to see a photo. Come on, show us the photo.
You want to see the photo? Can you go over and see it now?
Yeah, you can see
it wasn't even that bad. Like, you say so fat, but I'm like, bro, it was just chub.
Like, it was Tracy Morgan.
It was not Tracy.
Like, he wasn't like the worst ever, but like, it was definitely...
Like, this was me. That was me. It's like, it's not fat. It's chub. You have to see me like that, bro. You have to see me like that.
Like, come on, bro.
But is that like, okay, but be honest, right?
That's
I want to hear from you guys.
That's breastfeeding.
Is that breastfeeding? You don't tell me. Is that, would you say fat or chubby?
A little bit.
I'd say a mixture of both, I'd say.
Wow, shit.
Yeah. That's what I mean. Whoa. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you were. It's what you are now, B.
I like you, man. That's it. But yeah, going back to what I was saying, like for me, that's kind of where I was at, right? And like health and fitness was kind of just my outlet to make me feel like more confident, make me feel comfortable in clothing, being around like kind of my friends that were all fit and quite athletic. So I understand why people go through that transition initially. Yeah. Because it really does help you boost your confidence and actually be your true, authentic self. Because when you're lacking in confidence and you're hiding yourself away from people, you're not actually being your true you. You're not showing your true personality, 100%. Who you actually are, because you're just so guarded by people's perception of how you look and how you feel. And when you go out, and that's what stops people from being social. That's what stops people from actually going out and doing things that they're actually destined to do. So I think that once people will start doing health and fitness, they get that initial motivation to just reach that goal and be like, okay, I'm quite happy. But then it turns into something much deeper than that, man. And it just turns into like a love of just being healthy and fit and just that routine. Because that's what it actually teaches you so many different things that you can 100%. Apply to different areas of your life. Like it teaches you that discipline, which allowed us to kind of start our business and do it kind of in a... Like it's a roller coaster, right? But it's given us that discipline to keep going. And I think that from that perspective, man, I think that it's just super important, and like I think it's super valuable.
I agree with you. I think that like the thing about business, the thing about like being healthy and keeping a healthy body has so many different facets to it. And first of all, from a super like organic viewpoint, good nutrition, good exercise is just good for you. Like that's just good for you.
Period.
Just period, good for you.
That's it.
But then it's also what Nick said, psychologically, you have a very different perspective on the world because you understand what you're capable of. Yeah. You start ticking off goals. You become more confident, not in just the fact that you look good, but it's the fact that you not only feel good, you also have done those things. You've achieved something which allows you to be much more sure of yourself when you go for other things. So you always see like you everyone knows the saying, like Socrates said, like a man shouldn't grow old without seeing the lengths that his body can go, right? To be able to see what he can achieve. And it's not just to look good, because he never wanted it to, it wasn't about looking the best, it was about being able to sit down as a man or as a person, whatever it is, to see what you can truly achieve. Like it's a necessity, and it's a man's duty to see, to understand and to show yourself what you can actually achieve, what you can do with yourself, and that's not just in your body, but that's in every aspect of your life, 100%. And that's what we try to preach and do.
So not just physically, but mentally, emotionally.
Everything's mental, man. Like
the health and fitness thing, it's a whole mental game. It's not even a physical game. Like I don't like the word diet, but I thought it was having a massive lifestyle switch from being someone that used to indulge in all this kind of like bullcrap fatty foods, saturated foods, to then now being someone that.
Thank you. I got you, bro.
It's hot in here, bro.
Yeah, you're dying.
No, you didn't have wet wipes.
That's why we should have brought our Kathmandu bag. What was I talking? Fuck, I even forgot what I was talking about now.
It didn't matter.
Talking about diet.
I was talking about diet. It didn't matter. Yeah, but like that's a massive mental game, man. Like
100%.
just having the discipline to eat the food that you didn't initially like doing, having the discipline to wake up in the morning, do the gym routines, and be consistent. Because the biggest issue is that people will do it because they're so fixated on the end result, but they don't actually enjoy the process, and that's why they can't actually be consistent. That's why it's very difficult to reach those goals, because they haven't actually developed the mental discipline and the mental game thing that's required in order to allow them to get there. So this whole thing is a mental game. It's not a physical game.
That's why you look at like the reason why top athletes in the world always end up being, massive business owners or speakers or whatever it isn't because they were athletes. The reason why they're athletes is because they've learnt the traits that take them to be able to translate that into different areas.
100%.
So, and it's the discipline, it's the focus, it's the determination, and that's why like it's so important that everyone should not just go to the gym, but do some kind of sport and go through that kind of transformation, because it teaches you so much. And yeah, man, a huge, massive thing.
Yeah, prime example of that's Ronaldo. Like he's got his underwear, his clothing line, his perfume, and that's basically his confidence. He's got a good body. He's obviously a good player, and obviously he's got the positive mindset as well, which allows him to do more things. So that's a common
the belief
example.
in himself. Like Michael Jordan, Tiger Woods, what I mean? All these people, like the list goes on. It's not just because they have money, and people have this perception because they think that, they just had money, but there's 1,000,001 athletes that had money and go bankrupt. It's because these athletes translated their skills and their mentality into a different area, and that's why they do well, not because they're rich. Obviously helps.
But they weren't always rich initially.
They weren't just always rich. They got there because of the mentality that they developed.
So people that are obviously trying to work in your field, what do you both have to say for people that are inspiring to work in them?
Which field, like as in psychiatric?
Both psych nurse and the gym
and the health.
Both.
Well, I'll answer for gym, man. I think that the biggest thing when starting into the gym, and I think it's important to kind of realign yourself before you get into it and understand why it is that you're actually going to the gym. Because when you're going through that gym journey, it's not easy. You have times where you have to maybe train 4 or 5 times a week, depending on what your goals are. You might have to. It's going to be a massive switch in lifestyle. It becomes a bit more expensive to start eating healthier. But as soon as you remind yourself as to why you're actually doing it, that's why you're actually going to be consistent and you're going to keep following through. And I think that that's the most important thing first before you actually join a gym membership and enter that routine. Don't do it because you're so fixated on the end result and what that's going to be like, but understand that I'm doing this to serve a better purpose, because when you're eating like shit and doing that stuff, you're actually doing yourself a disservice, man. So I think understanding your why is super key.
And that's actually very interesting that you say that, because that's a big thing that I don't think that many people actually do. Especially I didn't do when I started off, is like understanding what you're actually doing this for. Are you doing it because it's out of a place of like, I deserve to be better, so I'm going to work hard to make myself better? Or is it because like, I need to, otherwise I'm shit, I'm ugly, blah, blah, blah. So it's a place of self-love, a place of self-hate. Because if you're doing it from a place of like, you don't feel like you're enough, when you're doing all those annoying things, you're going to start blaming yourself. And you're going to be going through a much more toxic transition rather than a positive one. But if you're doing all those things and you're working hard and doing those things that you might not necessarily like, but you're doing it because you love yourself and understanding that point, like when you get there, it's a much more fulfilling journey. It's a much.
How do you help people figure out what their goal or goals are? Like, it must be a tough process. Some people are like, I don't know what I want to do. I want to do sport, gym, whatever. And what do you tell them when they lose motivation? Because I'm sure how many people go to the gym, Jan 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, and then afterwards don't go.
I say don't be motivated. I always say that. I'm like, it's not about motivation. Motivation is temporary. Motivation is like just a spark. But like the thing that allows you to go long term is inspiration and finding whatever that inspiration is in your life. Motivation is super temporary. Like you might watch this podcast and be motivated, but that's not you're not gonna be motivated in a week. You're not gonna be motivated in an hour. So it's like when you lose motivation and you're fueling yourself for motivation, it's never gonna last. You need to have like some kind of inspiration that what you're doing it for your kids, your family, because you want to feel better, whatever it is, whatever your inspiration is. Make sure you're very clear on that, and then let that be the driving force.
So how about for people that want to be psych nurses? What advice do you have for them?
Go to uni, bro.
Do your 3 years, but
do your time.
Uni.
What uni did you go to?
I went to Western Sydney.
Yeah, Western Sydney.
Which campus?
Parramatta. Western Boys.
Yeah, and
Was it always going to be nurses for you boys?
Oh, well, for me, not for him.
No, not for me. I actually wanted to do business before. I was doing accounting beforehand, and then
The stories you must have.
I only did it for like a semester. Stop this mundane shit. I want to do something else.
He wasn't very good with numbers.
I'm a numbers guy.
8 times 4.
Oh my god, what is that? 16?
He actually doesn't know. He's actually figuring it out now.
It's 16, I think.
8 times 4 is 16. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
He actually does not know.
Did you meet at uni?
No, we've been friends since like 5 years old.
Alright, a bit longer than you.
Yeah. Yes, we've been mates for a while.
yeah, so
a very long time.
like your parents or friends, or how did that happen?
Yeah, family friends.
So you're Nigerian as well.
Yeah.
Lagos, Abuja, from where?
Ooh.
Oh.
Abidjan.
No, you hit that nicely, bro. You surprised me with that.
Yeah, you got Lilongwe, Lusaka, and Harare for Zim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So where you guys from in Nigeria?
I'm from Ibadan.
Ibadan, and you?
From Lagos.
Lagos.
I'm from Lagos.
Is it?
Are you? Really? No, you're not.
Okay, where am I from?
Are you actually?
Where am I from?
You're Edo.
Sorry. But my mum's from Lagos.
Okay.
And my dad's from Benin City.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to say, no, you're not, Ken.
They met here?
Yeah, family is just like from the Nigerian community,
Yeah, the community was massive before. So that's actually how we met, because we all met at the was it church? Is that how it started when we first had our first engagement, or was it a Christmas party? I can't remember, man. Church. I remember church. I vividly remember church.
So you guys religious as well, or?
Yeah, we are.
Christians? Yeah, like us. Yeah, we're Greek Orthodox Christians.
Are you Greek? You guys Greek?
Yeah.
Hey,
Greek.
Yanni, of course.
Greek Cypriot, so.
Find us Cyprus on the map.
I'll give you a clue. It's in Africa. There's your clue.
I know exactly where Cyprus is. Where are we going? There you are, right there.
You got it?
Yeah, of course I know where Cyprus is.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, come on, brother!
Find Cyprus, but doesn't find Korea.
Find the little speck in the middle of the Mediterranean.
Cyprus is dope.
Yeah, so do you guys speak the traditional one? The traditional language?
I understand it.
I don't speak it. Because I was actually born here, so I haven't actually.
We were born here too, but like growing up, it was always just Greek.
Yeah.
Every day of the week, Greek. Our dad, we always speak Greek to him, so it's it was like hammered into us. And it's not like Nigeria and Burkina Faso and Sierra Leone where it's all like English or French, and then they got the traditional languages. And Cyprus is just Greek.
Yeah, that's the difference. Yeah. Nigeria's like
he's so much.
Yeah, man. He's like Ibadan's only like not even like 45 minutes away on highway from Lagos, and he'll speak a completely different language. Like Lagos, don't get me wrong. Like Lagos is English and is a Yoruba state, which is what I speak. But like if he's Edo, he'll be 45 minutes away from me. We don't speak. Couldn't understand him.
The dialect's that different.
But I could not understand him at all.
Whole different language.
Whole different. Because Nigeria's a very interesting place. Like it's actually not one people. Historically, like there's a lot of different facets and different tribes that weren't necessarily together. So like when they came in and colonized, that's where they became one.
Yeah, well, biggest population in Africa, so
100%, no
yeah,
cap, baby.
300 million. So.
Yeah, no joke, baby. You know what I'm saying?
So, have you been in Nigeria?
I haven't actually.
Femi, you've been?
I was born there.
You were born there?
Yeah, and I go back a couple of times.
Yeah, it's like us. We're not born in Cyprus, but we love it, and we always go back.
Yeah.
It's
I lived there when I was a bit young. Our family, before Chrysos was born, so I was young, elder siblings, we lived there for about a year or so.
Oh, how many older siblings do you guys have?
3, the triplets.
No way.
That's crazy.
How old are they?
Picture here, 28.
Yeah, they're up there.
Oh, there they are. That was their what? Formal?
Year 12, yeah.
Whatever it was.
Oh,
10
no
years ago.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Chrysos Senior.
Oh.
He's not called Chrysos, they just look exactly the same.
Yeah,
You see his wedding photo in our living room when he's like 24 or 25, they look exactly the same.
Yeah.
Because I look nothing like that. Like, look at him.
Yeah, he looks like mum. So
I got
Ah, that's crazy. You look more like your sister though.
yeah, that's the white gene.
yeah.
They got the tan, the little Indian type gene. He's not Indian, they just look like it.
Alright.
Alright, so we want to end it. Final words of wisdom for the listeners at home.
Ooh.
Be you and don't apologize.
Ooh.
I like that. And you,
Oh, words of wisdom. Let me think. I think I've lost my mind of train of thought. I don't actually have a word of wisdom. What do you reckon I should say?
I don't know.
What I always say, I'm a wise guy. You know when you have too much wisdom, like
Yeah, it just
hard.
overflows.
It just overflows and everyone.
and that the whole cup is empty.
Yeah, the whole concept. I think that's what's happened. No, I think the biggest thing, man, is like just don't take yourself too serious and just have fun with it, man. I think that people get caught up being too serious and they don't actually get to reach their full potential from being that. So just the moment that you realize that you're not that, it's not that serious, life's not that crazy, then I think you can really live a truly fulfilling life.
yeah, that's awesome. So that we sat down with Nick and Femi from The Amazing Race, and my brother Yanni. I'll put all their socials, all his socials, all my socials, all in the show description. If you're watching on YouTube, it'll be in the description below. Be sure to check us out on SoundCloud, Spotify, now Apple. We just got verified to be on Apple, so
He's up there.
yeah. So be sure to check us out and watch and see you in the next episode. Thanks for coming on, boys.
Peace and love.